Hey everybody, Slender here. We've got some exciting news. The patch is not going to be postponed. It is going to be right here for us all to enjoy tomorrow. So I've got a couple different posts I want to look at here. One of them is from Luxendra saying this is about the downtime. So we're actually going to have downtime tomorrow at 8 a.m. That's going to be my local time. So 5 a.m. for Pacific, 8 a.m. for Eastern, and it's going to be about 2 hours. So that's awesome. That's awesome. It is actually going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be delayed. I was thinking maybe it might be delayed, but what do I know? So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual update. And I'll be posting this and the actual update URL in the description for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. I'm going to read everything. There might be some stuff they added, maybe stuff that we missed. So let's get right into it, shall we? So main storyline, finale quest, and Tempest Heart expedition. So the main story quest line picks up as you pursue Isabella back to Shattered Mountain. The final quest, the Heart of the Tempest, is given by Ysault Meredith. That's that guy. I think he's in Mountain Home or Mountain Rise. Oh yeah, located at Mountain Home Outpost in Shattered Mountain. Additional repeatable quests can be taken from Mara Rosa in the cathedral just south of the expedition entrance. The final showdown against Isabella has arrived as you delve deep into the Tempest Heart expedition, which is amazing, by the way. Pursue the Tempest into a corrupted dimension of reality through the twisted capital city of Mirkgard. Discover the secrets of her past while you dive deeper into her corrupted mind. The Tempest Heart is an endgame expedition for 5 players. Recommended for level 60 players with gear scores between 550 and 570. New weapon, the Blunderbuss. So the Blunderbuss is a ranged weapon that offers high mobility coupled with potent close to mid-range damage. It's the first weapon to scale on strength and intelligence, making it a good combination for bruiser or mage builds. Adventurers will be able to progress through 2 weapon mastery trees, allowing the player to choose between 2 distinct playstyles. If you guys haven't seen my video on the Blunderbuss, check it out. It's a pretty fun weapon. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know if I'm going to be using it, but I'm definitely going to, take it for a spin. The containment tree is all about closing the gap and unloading hot lead into your enemy's face. Conversely, the chaos tree focuses on keeping your distance and bombarding areas with explosive area of effect damage. Alongside the release of the Blunderbuss weapon itself, we're also releasing a new legendary weapon quest series. Upon reaching level 60 and the maximum skill level with the new firearm, players should seek out Wang Tang Z and Evanscale Reach settlement to start this epic endeavor. World experience. So here we should have some good stuff here. So new experiences have been added across the world for players to discover. We've got world paintings. This is great for all you guys that are into the housing system and all that stuff. We have vista views. So 2 easels can be found in each territory. Upon interacting with these easels, players will be given a painting of their view for their house. If a player loses their painting, they can reacquire it by visiting the same easel again 24 hours later. So really cool stuff. Rafflebone's a loot collector. This is probably the most exciting thing for me, even though we'll probably never get to see him because it's just going to be a giant bot fest sitting there waiting for him to spawn. I don't know. Hopefully not. But anyway, Rafflebone rummages around Eternum for lost treasures and goods. He will spawn all around the map at various levels in every territory. When players encounter Rafflebones, they will have 45 seconds to kill him in order to get rewards, or else he'll flee. So as a suggestion, don't go in there as a healer. You're probably not going to be able to kill him. Maybe you can if you're kind of a hybrid, but just all focus and con, probably not going to happen. Players will always be rewarded a named weapon. Additionally, level 60 players will be given obsidian gypsum on kill of any level Rafflebones. And Rafflebones that are found in zones that go above level 60 will reward level 60 players 500 Umbral shards. And that is so true, so fun. You get a bunch of shards. And hopefully they fix the weapon drops because they were cool looking weapons and stuff. Some reskins, same skins being used over and over, but it's whatever. The life staff actually, or the fire staff, looked really cool. I haven't seen that before, so maybe we will get some cool stuff and decent gear score stuff. Hopefully they fix that. So Stinky the Hunter, found him too. Nothing too crazy, but I do like them adding this kind of stuff. So Stinky the legendary hunter can be found wandering around the swamps of Weaver's Fen throughout the day, while at night he retreats to his humble abode. Stinky can drop 3 named items for level 30 players: Stinky's Keepsake, Stinky's Sharpshooter, and Stinky's Hatchet. So this is really cool, really great for new players just starting out in the game, getting this stuff right away. It's awesome. Now, AGS, if you guys can add another, like some kind of meteor shower, that thing was so epic. Oh my god, I can't. I just hope you guys keep doing stuff like that. You got to put some more stuff in like that. It was awesome, really awesome. So, the Forgotten Yeti. A population of Yeti didn't get the memo that the winter convergence has passed and can be found wandering the frozen wastelands of the Great Cleave. These Yetis drop level 45 standard elite rewards. Roadside encounters. Wasn't too excited about this. I didn't even put it in my video on the PTR, but basically just a couple little extra camps here and there along the road with mobs. Nothing. I don't even know what the point is really, to be honest. But nothing against you guys, AGS. I'm just saying, just why? I just don't get it. Wasn't exciting. It wasn't. I didn't even really notice it. We're like, is that in the game? I'm not really sure. All these new things, we should be able to know. Like, whoa, that's brand new. Like raffle bones, that's brand new. That's exciting. These roadside encounters, not feeling it. Just giving my opinion. Unbound Island, revamp the layout and encounter experience for Unbound Island and Cutlass Keys. Go forth and uncover the curse of Benjamin Boatswain's ill-gotten treasure. Another thing for early level 30 players. I think that's great. And Andromedus, revamp the layout and encounter experience for Andromedus and Weaver's Fen. Blight continues to spread from Lepus, threatening to consume Eternum for mid-level 30 players as well. Open world, so they doubled the storage bonuses for all tiers of storage chests, which is great. Chests that used to provide 200 weight of bonus storage now provide 400 weight, etc. They adjusted the description on the storage chest to better indicate the benefit they provide. Adjusted the description on trophies to better clarify the actual benefit provided by these items. That's huge. I really appreciate that. For the starting beach experience at Windsward, the Watcher now offers players a choice of 4 weapons from a weapon rack to better suit their playstyle. Players can now choose between a Warhammer, Firestaff, bow, or hatchet, and each weapon also comes with chest armor, light healing potions, and some rations. Durability loss has been updated. Now only your equipped items will take durability loss when you die. Great quality of life update there. Territory storage. This one is absolutely huge and phenomenal. It does take away some of the stuff from the game, like these hope chests and all that stuff isn't really that important anymore, if at all, because you can just take stuff from wherever you want, put it wherever you want at any time, regardless of faction. Doesn't cost any money. I mean, this is a huge change, don't get me wrong, but we got to try to figure out something to make the housing and the storage chest and the housing, stuff exciting again. So not sure what you guys are going to do about that, but this change is a much needed change, I think. And yeah, I'm sure we'll figure it out along the way. So they removed the cost completely associated with moving items between territory storage. So no more taking a stack of orichalcum and paying 500 gold. That was ridiculous. What were you guys thinking? But at least you fixed it. So really happy to see that. And your faction no longer needs to own both territories. Your faction doesn't need to own either territory. From what I've seen in the PTR, it doesn't matter what faction, where you're at, where you're going from, where you're transferring from to, whatever. So yeah, that's really awesome. So player-to-player collision, when you're doing those elite runs, everybody's trying to jump out the window. You can't. So player-to-player collision is removed from open world expeditions and invasions. And fast travel is now more responsive when traveling short distances. I don't know what that means, but it sounds great. So thank you for that. Expeditions. So they updated the queue requirements for expeditions. Now we don't have to sit around and wait for all 3 people to get there. Just the person with the orb needs to be at the entrance. So that's really great, allowing the other members to enter from their current location anywhere in the world. So really, really great update there. Another quality of life. Fix an issue where boss music would stop playing after a party wipe in Dynasty. Yeah, nobody cares, but thank you. And updated expedition victory banners to play unique sound effects. That's kind of cool. And you know what? People probably do care about this, so I'm sorry. Good job getting that boss music fixed. Notable world bug fixes. So they fixed an issue with Eden Grove faction missions in progress that could not be turned in after a new build was released. Added the active bonuses section to the faction mission flyout. Fixed an issue where players can't accept certain community goals after they refresh on the project board. Added a fix to address crashes in the objective system. Added an auto grant fee to faction advancement quests when players switch factions. Fixed an issue where gatherables didn't always sync properly to the client. Fix an issue where Necomanish and Barkimedes quest pins appear off to the side of the map if they're unpinned and repinned, excuse me. Reduced difficulty in early game POIs and main story quest path through level 15. Adjusted certain enemies that were the wrong gameplay tier for their location. Adjusted the number of AI in some POIs to prevent backspawning and solo play. Fixed several areas where players could drown on land. Tier 4 housing added to Reekwater and Evanscale Reach settlements, and general fixes for collision, bad death planes. Man, I haven't seen any death planes. Are they adding that? Like planes going through, bombing the areas and stuff? That'd be awesome. Camp placements in allowable areas, holes in the world, floating objects, flickering or missing textures, and AI and gatherables under terrain or cliffs. So, and the death planes, that was a stupid joke, just letting you guys know. Quest updates. So, new soloable quest options are available for the MSQ to allow players to progress without running certain expeditions. MSQ's main story quest, by the way. New quests leading players to the legendary blunderbuss weapon reward have been added. New faction missions targeting corrupted breaches can now be found in all zones. Starting beaches were updated and weapon racks added to give players more choices on their preferred combat direction. Added gypsum as a reward to level 60 quests in Shattered, Reekwater, and Evanscale Reach. Added map pins for trial quest NPCs for the faction advancement quest. That's awesome. Removed the level threshold requirements from main story quest. Updated the intro to factions to be more streamlined and include new map overhead icons for NPCs, and moved the NPC from the down payment quest away from the corrupted portal spawn location. And quick thing, the faction advancement quests, I heard and I thought that they were going to be adding something where if you go back to a previous faction that you were already in, that you wouldn't have to redo all those quests. I've done this twice now. I was a Marauder, I went to Syndicate, had to do all the quests all over again a second time. Well, for the first time for Syndicate, but I had to do them nonetheless. And then I went back to Marauder and had to do all my Marauder stuff all over again. This is the third time I've had to level up my faction. It sucks. I finally got it done. Thank you to my homies over there and Forbidden Company for helping me out. And yeah, I really want to see if they actually added that. I don't see anything about that in this update. So if you guys haven't, are you going to? When's it coming out? That'd be really, really great information. So notable fixes: fixed various issues where quest NPC VO was being cut off and had echoes. Fixed issues where quest objectives would loop and not allow players to complete the quest. Fixed multiple issues where resetting a quest prevented the completion of quest objectives. Fixed issues preventing powder cakes from being placed in shivering timbers. Fixed issues with tiger despawning and AI jumping into walls and Evanscale quest shrine cleansing. Fixed issues where expedition orbs failed to be rewarded after completing certain quests. Fix an issue in Morningdale where 2 quests could be granted simultaneously, blocking the progression of 1. Fix an issue in the quest contained night that resulted in progress not occurring after crafting. Fix an issue where quest VFX would be active for all players on certain quests. Fix issues where quests could have blank objectives. Fix issues involving the Destiny Unearthed quest. Increase the size of hitboxes for Malign nodes found in Malign Dominion quests. Fix an issue where quest items were not collectible and objective markers were missing in Ixia's Blessing. Fix issue that resulted in inconsistent formatting in the HUD and journal for quests. Fix descriptions for several quest items that were incorrect or confusing. Fix issues where players would collide with invisible objects at Daughterwell and First Light. Fix issues where the quest descriptions didn't match the actual POI's name. Clarified the requirement for that beautiful stench quest, and fix an issue where objectives on a subquest would carry over to the next subquest. So combat and AI. So they updated AI target acquisition in the open world to avoid targeting players who are not actively engaged in a fight. Initial target acquisition remains unchanged with the AI attacking the first player they detect. Once an AI has their initial target, they will only evaluate additional players if they take an aggressive act, like attacking the AI, taunting, healing a player, fighting the AI, etc. Expedition, Invasion, and Outpost Rush AI do not use these new target acquisition rules. Those AI will acquire targets as they have in the past. Introduce a grace period to all AI aggro on spawn. This will prevent AI from aggroing on players until 5 seconds after the spawn begins or until they are damaged. This delay affects AI that spawn naturally in the open world. Expedition AI and AI spawned by events such as corrupted breaches are unaffected by this change. They also fixed an issue causing AI to target players who use a taunt ability just prior to entering Death's Door, and fixed an issue preventing AI from targeting another player after their target vaulted over an object. AI enemy update. So Varangian Knights, yeah, whether retro push. Yeah, so I'm not even gonna go over some of this stuff. That's just, we've already been over all that. Expedition AI. So Amrine, I'll just do it. I like to be thorough. Varangian Knights. Fix an issue causing status effect VFX from debuffs and damage over time abilities to show up at their feet. Fixed a visual issue where Varangian Knights were not properly gripping their weapons, and fixed a visual issue with the Varangian Scout's armor. Ancient Guardian updated the sound effects players can hear when an Ancient Guardian revives after dying. Fixed an issue causing the Ancient Guardian Mage's arcane bubble spell not to be visible. Invasion Commander. Fixed an issue causing the Invasion Commander to not deal damage to structures. That sucks because he hits hard. Dynasty Summoner. Fix an issue with the summoner's ambient animations that would show his magical swords floating several feet below him. Corrupted Villager Skinner and Farmhand's Knife and Pitchfork enemies. Remove bleed from triple stab and charge attack. Timberwolf. Remove direct damage component of the grit enabled hamstring attack so that it now only applies bleed. Grey Wolf. Remove bleed and grit from the lunge attack and adjusted lunge attack to reduce the frequency of it transitioning past the player on hit. Corruption Impaler, remove grit and full body reaction from the backhand / melee attack. Backhand / melee attack, that sounds badass. Remove pushback on the projectile attack from the Weathered Retcher. Drowned Grenadier, remove full body reaction from bomb projectile. For Amrine, this is Expedition AI. Simon Gray, Simon finally figured out how to get that blasted cage off his head. He now has a unique model and coloring. Garden of Genesis. Blighted Greenskeeper. Fix an issue causing the Blighted Greenskeeper to sometimes kill all players who are behind her boulders. Fix an issue causing the Blighted Greenskeeper's group wipe ability to kill players who are already in death's door. And fix an issue causing players who are drowned or downed by the Blighted Greenskeeper's group wipe ability to be permanently slowed. Fix an issue where the animation for interacting with the Azoth sapling in Garden of Genesis could stutter and fail randomly. Mutators and mutated AI. Difficulty of elite named AI have been tuned down, while bosses have been tuned up. So that's, I don't know, some of that AI is pretty tough, man. But yeah, it is what it is. Tooltips for major curses no longer appear on mutator difficulties less than 9. Oh, I gotta get this. All right, where were we? All right, desiccated. So fix an issue that would sometimes stop combustible chains from continuing to chain if there were valid targets. Fix an issue allowing combustible to deal damage to invulnerable AI, and fix an issue causing the combustible timer to show the wrong text when hovered over. And Eternal Paranoid no longer triggers on damage over time effects. Combat. So general combat updates. The road speed boost buff is now applied. I'm trying to itch my foot. To players using emotes that allow movement. Weapon sheathing. Fix an issue where the sheath and unsheath animations for weapons would loop if the player started or stopped moving while one was playing. Fix an issue where the player's weapon could remain equipped instead of sheathing when in the prone position. Ammo updates. So infinite ammo. Tier 1 flint ammo is being replaced by an infinite resource. Players can now fire ranged weapons, musket, bow, and blunderbuss without equipping any ammo. If no ammo is equipped, an ammo counter will not be displayed on the reticle and the weapon will still be allowed to fire. If players have a higher tier ammo equipped in a game mode that provides infinite ammo such as Outpost Rush, an infinity icon will appear on the reticle instead to distinguish it from having no ammo equipped. Ammo rarity and damage tiers have been updated as follows. So tier 1 infinite is now going to be 1 times damage, no modifier. Tier 2 iron is going to be 1.05. Tier 3 steel 1.10, and Tier 4 star metal 1.15, and for Tier 5 orichalcum 1.20, so 1.2 modifier. Flint arrows. So these arrows have been removed from the game due to the addition of infinite ammo. Any flint arrows previously created will become iron arrows. Additionally, any flint arrows posted on the trading post will be canceled and returned as iron arrows to the player who posted the listing. Ammo weight has been removed. Increased maximum stat count for ammo from 500 to 1,000. So we've got some weapon updates. Sorry guys. So for the weapon updates, bow. Fix an issue where bow status effects could not be extended via perks or other bonuses, and that is it. Man, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some bow changes coming because I just switched to bow and I'm like, it's not doing any damage. You know, I have the Lazarus. It's only 615, but the Lazarus bow, and I'm like hitting headshots, and it's like not doing any damage. It's like so weak. Feels so weak. So fire staff. Fix an issue that prevented players from interrupting repeated light attacks with the block. Burning. Updated the burning debuff applied by several fire staff abilities. So they increased the damage tick rate from 1.5 seconds to every 1 second. So that's pretty big. Decrease the maximum stacks from 10 to 5. So you can only get 5 stacks now of burn. That kind of sucks. So that's a nerf. Increased damage per stack from 3% weapon damage per tick to 6. They doubled the damage. So they're going to tick faster for less time, but for twice the amount of damage. So I mean that's pretty cool. And they updated the tooltips for all those affected abilities. And burnout, this ability now ends early if it traverses into deep water. So that's going to be the case for charge, all that stuff. Man, it is windy outside. Flamethrower, accelerating flamethrower item perk, fix an issue where this perk did not properly scale its potency with gear score. So the Great Axe, Bloodlust, adjusted the detection volume to prevent exploits between dueling players. Charge, this ability now ends early if it goes into deep water. Yes. Hatchet, Raging Torrent. So Refreshing Torrent, which is an item perk, fix an issue where the final attack of Raging Torrent was not triggering the cooldown reduction from this perk. So Hatchet's going to be working more properly now, so you consider that. You can't consider it a buff, but it's just doing what it's supposed to do now. Feral Rush, energizing Feral Rush, fix an issue where this perk would not apply the stamina gain on both hits of Feral Rush. Feral Rush now ends early if it goes into deep water. Ice Gauntlet. So the Ice Gauntlet heavy attack, they fix an issue where the heavy attack could be charged with insufficient mana, and a light attack would be performed at the end of the charge. The functionality has been changed so that attempting to charge without sufficient mana will instead trigger a light attack immediately. They fix an issue that prevented players from interrupting repeated light attacks with the block. And Entombed, Healing Entomb item perk. Fix an issue that prevented this perk from functioning properly if the player exited the entombed state by dodging. So now if you exit the ice block basically by dodging, you're still going to get that healing perk. Heavy Freeze, fix a typo in the description. Ice Spikes, fix an issue where the Mighty Spike visuals would not appear in some circumstances. And Wind Chill, fix an issue where this ability could trigger the Defiant Freeze passive even when canceled. Life Staff rather. Orbit Protection, fix a text error with the tooltip that stated it healed for 10% weapon damage when it actually healed for 8%. Actual healing values were not changed, only the text was corrected. Sacred Protection, fix an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Spirits United, fix an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Sacred Ground, so for Blessed, change the name of this upgrade to be Anointed so as not to be confused with the item perk of the same name. Fix an issue where this upgrade provided healing through Ice Gauntlet's Entomb ability. Wait, what? So they changed the name of the upgrade to be Anointed so as not to be confused with the item perk of the same name. Fix an issue. Now we're talking about Blessed here. Fix an issue where this upgrade, Blessed, provided healing through Ice Gauntlet's Entombed ability. So I'll look into that. I'm assuming, I'm just trying to remember what Blessed even is. Let's just check it out really quick. Oh my God. Wow. All right, so where's Blessed? They're changing it to Anointed. Oh, there it is. Anointed. So while allies are in Sacred Ground, they are healed for 50% more from all healing. Okay, so that's what it is. So Bless, fix an issue where this upgrade. So so it was providing healing that was applying to the Entombed ability, but now it's not. Like I don't know. That sucks. All right, so basic attacks, light and heavy attacks can now be canceled by self-targeted heals. Fix an issue that allowed light attacks to fire at a faster rate while holding the block button. Divine Embrace, fix an issue where the channeling UI element did not match the actual casting time of the ability. So Musket, Shooter Stance, fix an issue where Shooter Stance was increasing the meter for the censored mutator if the player entered and exited the stance without ability going on cooldown. It will now only increment of the meter after the first shot is fired while in Shooter Stance. Marksman, fix an issue where this upgrade was not functioning properly. Much better. Much easier to understand, right? Back it up. Fix an issue where this passive was disabled while using Sticky Bomb. Critical Reload, fix an issue that caused the sound effects for this passive to play incorrectly. Improve the reliability of hit counting. Phone's going off. Rapier, Tondo, fix an issue where using Evade to cancel Tondo could result in the damage being dealt without showing the VFX. Flurry, fix an issue where this ability was unable to be canceled using Flesh. This ability now ends early if it traverses into deep water, of course. And Momentum, fix an issue where the visual effects for this passive would persist even if the rapier was sheathed or swapped. Sword and Shield, Leadership, fix an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Leaping Strike, this ability now ends early if it traverses into deep water. Counterattack, fix an issue that caused this ability to stop functioning and display zeros for all of its values. Void Gauntlet, Heavy Attack, fix an issue where the heavy attack could be charged with insufficient mana and a light attack would be performed at the end of the charge. The functionality has been changed so that attempting to charge without sufficient mana will instead trigger a light attack immediately, just like the Light Staff. Warhammer Path of Destiny, Stimulated Reduction. Updated description to specify that the cooldown reduction only occurs on the first 4 enemies hit by this skill. Mighty Gavel, Justice for All, fix an issue that caused the second hit to refresh the cooldown of the ability. And Outnumbered, fix an issue that prevented this passive from functioning when its conditions were met. Items. Oh, crap. Gotta do it. Vial of Weirdwood Sap, fix an issue where the perk granted by this item was referred to as both Gathering Restoration and Gathering Recovery in different parts of the UI. It is now called Gathering Recovery in all instances. Chain Elemental Perks, fix an issue where these perks did not indicate the amount of damage the chain effect deals. They now list that the chain deals 11% weapon damage. Damage Ward Perks. The Abyssal Ward perk provided by Amethyst gems previously had a higher damage absorption rate than other gems which provided elemental defense. In this update, we are bringing up the values provided by all gems across the board in order to normalize this change. Gems that provided physical resistance have had a smaller increase as physical damage tends to be more common. Abyssal Ward adjusted damage absorption provided by this perk from 2.5%, 3.5, 5, 6 to 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in the beginning, yeah, it gets a little bit higher in the first couple of tiers. Only tier 1 and tier 2 absorption was changed. Thrush, Slash, and Strike Ward increased damage absorption from 2%, 2.53, and 3.75 to 2, 3, 4, and 5. So increased quite a bit. Strike Ward fixed an issue where this perk incorrectly stated it reduced lightning damage. Arcane Ice, Fire Nature, and Lightning Ward increased damage absorption from 2%, 2.53, and 3.75 to 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fix an issue where weapon passive abilities such as Sacred Protection were being removed when consuming potions after the weapon was sheathed. Bloodletting, which is a ring perk, increased bleeding duration bonus from 5% to 15, 5 to 15% down, or to 10 to 30%, so double. Burning, which is another ring perk, increased the burning duration bonus from 5 to 15% to 10 to 30%. So these are getting big buffs, big buffs. Divine, the amulet perk, fixed an issue where this perk bonus was being removed on death. Plentiful Shells and Plentiful Arrows updated the descriptions for these perks to add clarity and a previously unlisted 2-second cooldown. And Retaliate, this perk has been reworked from giving a damage bonus for 3 hits after being hit 3 times to giving a 2-second damage bonus after getting hit 1 time. This will not refresh while already active. General Combat Bug Fixes. Fix an issue where shield blocking sound effects would be heard instead of the equipped weapons blocking sound effects. Fix an issue where weapon sheathing and unsheathing sound effects would not always change after equipping a different weapon. Fix an issue where a player could drop below 0 mana. Fix gates missing VFX upon destruction. Fix cannons missing ground effects upon impact. Fix the darkness portal VFX in Outpost Rush. Fix an issue where Baroness Hane would not play sound effects on some special attacks in Outpost Rush. And fix an issue where incoming healing efficiency modification was incorrectly being capped at 50% instead of 100%. So we got some game mode updates. So this should be some pretty interesting stuff. So game mode items such as Outpost Rush consumables will now auto-equip to your hotbar when purchased, providing there is an empty slot available. Players can now queue for wars and invasions from their map. Really good changes there. Elite boss arenas increase. Okay, so for elite, for arenas, they are increasing or have increased the quantity and quality of rewards that players will receive from award caches granted from the elite boss arenas. So if you have any of those caches, and I should have kept mine, held on to mine, but I didn't. So those are going to be much better, hopefully, or not even much better. Who knows? Quantity and quality. So you're going to get more stuff and better stuff. And now you're going to get 50 umbral shards. Listen, 50 umbral shards, guys, is nothing. That is nothing. That's like a tease. You need thousands of these shards. Thousands. Do you guys understand how many shards it takes to get from 624 to 625? Do you have any idea? You guys should, because it's your game. I love you guys, but come on. 50 shards? That's like... whatever. War. Defenders will no longer be able to respawn on points A, B, and C. They can only respawn inside of their fort. Increase the quantity and quality of rewards that players will receive from reward caches granted from war. So here's the thing. The rewards, even though they're getting increased and they're going to be better, there's just not new stuff. We don't really need any of this stuff, you know? Like, you know what would be nice to see in caches from war and from invasions and from elite boss arenas? Instead of all this random, completely useless, maybe even I get legendary rewards sometimes from these things, and it's got the dumbest stats and the dumbest perks that just don't go together. They're bind on pickup half the time, and if they are bind on equip and you get excited, they're just worthless because they have such random give us some name stuff that's bind on equip. Let us sell some name stuff, or give us Asmodeum or some orichalcum. Give us stuff that we need, not just like you know what I'm saying. The stuff that we get just isn't really worth the time. It's not, you don't get excited when you're opening these. You're just like click, click, click. And now with the increased quantity and quality of items, I have a feeling we're just going to still be going click, click, click. Give us some aptitude stuff. Give us some stuff that we can use, that everybody can use or sell, So invasion, increase again the quantity and quality of rewards that players will receive from reward caches granted from the invasion. Outpost rush, so they removed the down state from outpost rush. Players will now immediately die when hitting 0 health. Credit for killing a player now goes to the player who kills an enemy instead of the player who puts them into death's door. So when they're on the ground dying and it takes one more shot, that person who gets that shot is going to get the kill. So players will now receive score credit for contesting a control point. That's a very good change. Teams can now see the enemy progress towards a corrupted brute token on the map, and the Outpost Rush tutorial pop-up for building gates has been restored. Economy, crafting, and rewards. Here we go, baby. This is a good stuff. Economy. Players will get back half of the original purchase cost when abandoning a house. Great. The notification when selling some items from a multi-item contract has been restored. Crafting. Corrected the buttercream pudding category to attribute foods. The amount of materials required to craft elite arena tuning orbs has been reduced. They now require 3 runestones instead of 5, and 3 of the orb specific materials, Firefox, Fancy Shell, or Glowing Swap Moss also instead of 5. Tooltips for crafting mods have been updated to show the proper ranges based on gear score. The crafting mod selector pop-up is now sorted alphabetically. New perks and new perk items have been added to the world, so that's cool. Fix an issue where the upgrade option was erroneously available for tier 4 items. Fix the description text for guardsmen's insignias. Fix an issue where some potions didn't properly apply crafting bonuses that scale with higher or lower tier ingredients. And Shard of Lithomancy and Keeper's Pendant now give a maximum of 25 of their stat instead of 30. Wah, wah, wah. Keeper's Pendant looks really cool, by the way. Rewards. Harvest, log, and mine to uncover hidden stashes of earthly rewards. What? Harvest, log, and mine to uncover hidden stashes. That it would be cool if we could harvest, log, and mine without all these bots. Elemental motes, coin, and diamond gypsum are now waiting to be uncovered as you gather on Eternum. Oh, that's where I got that stash from. Okay, in PTR I got this stash. It's like a juniper sack pretty much, but yeah, it gives you a couple motes, some coin, and diamond gypsum, so that's pretty cool. I like that. So elite boss arena keys may now drop from enemies in the surrounding elite zones. That's really awesome. Fix an issue where expeditions could improperly drop loot intended for areas outside of the expedition. Fix an issue causing ancient tier 5 muskets to sometimes drop from angry earth enemies. Fix an issue causing invasion weapon drops to be exceedingly rare. They should now be significantly more likely. This change also makes the named weapon drops from invasions very slightly more likely. I like that. Very slightly more likely. Gear and loot. Fix a few visual issues with the light and medium Garden of Genesis apparel sets. Fix an issue with the toughened leather chest of the Zealot apparel set. Fix a few visual issues with the Tempest Ice and Void gauntlets. Fix a visual issue with the Mixer's hat, the Lichen Lord apparel set, the Nettle and Heart Piercer rapier skins, Jadeite Dragon armor skin, Stormbound skin, a Autumnal Lord's boots, Tempest Guard shirt of the Battle Mage apparel set, and fix an issue with the Stonebark skin. Also fix an issue that prevented certain trade skill apparel items from being purchasable on the trading post. Fix an incorrect icon for Defiled Void Gauntlet. Fix an issue where the Reinforced Steel, Star Metal, and Orichalcum Void Gauntlet charms were not properly displaying their names. Old amulet, rings, and earrings now have the proper trading post categories. Old amulet, rings, and earrings now use proper suffixes for their item name. Crafting patterns now have their own trading post category. Updated the Lifebreaker Warhammer's appearance. It was previously incorrect. Fixed the bug that was scaling gear score from expertise level from gear awarded via fishing quest. And daily cooldowns now refresh each day at 5 a.m. in each server region's time zone. Weekly cooldown refresh each Tuesday at 5 a.m. in each server region's time zone. Quality of life improvements. Updated the main story quest icon to be more prominent in the compass and when pinned to the player's on-screen HUD. Updated the draw order for icons on the compass to ensure the main story quest icon is more prominent. Added a header for the MSQ when pinned to the HUD. When viewing, it's filed in the map, in the HUD when it's accepted, in the HUD when it's completed, and added a guide tab to the journal. Added guides for fast travel, housing, and fishing. Updated the fast travel icon to more closely resemble a spirit shrine. Updated a banner for unlocking fast travel at a spirit shrine in the HUD when it's discovered. Updated, activated, and undiscovered fast travel icon states in the map. Updated spirit shrine flyouts in the map to display the name of the shrine and convey its fast travel status. Updated the functionality of the help emote list to help or to only display available emotes. Added a loading tip for activity cooldown timers. Added a loading tip for using repair kits and expeditions. Fixed various grammatical errors and inconsistent capitalizations across the UI. The progress bar above the always available town projects has been removed since those missions do not have a maximum progress. And players' average gear score now appears on the player's tooltip in the warboard. Messaging. Fix an issue where inventory notifications displayed inconsistently for equipping and unequipping weapons during combat. Fix various overlapping text issues. Fix an issue with text in Spanish for the mining armor luck perk. Fix an issue with text in Italian where the Baroness's arrival timer displayed incorrectly in Outpost Rush. Added error messages for players attempting to deposit or withdraw from the company treasury if they lack permissions to do so or do not meet the minimum character level requirements. Updated error messages to the proper account age probation restriction rules for trading. Fix an issue where tooltips were obstructed at the bottom of the screen when viewing the inventory and mutator expedition information. Fix an issue where tooltips when placing furniture or camps appeared too small at 4K res. Fix an issue where tooltips for gathering tools displayed incorrectly, where Warhammer icons were not sized correctly, where the Infused Silk Grove hand wrap tooltip icon did not match the in-game model, where the Star Metal Plate Helm icon did not match the in-game model, with the visual effects on the Heart Piercer Rapier weapon skin, where the mutator icon displayed incorrectly, or for the undiscovered expeditions with active mutations, where the mutator menu displayed an unlock requirement message when the player was at the maximum difficulty, where the highest completed rank was not visible when entering an expedition with a mutation, where the inventory discard prompt displayed incorrectly when a player held the shift key over equipped items, where the camp distance warning timer notification did not reset after making a new camp, where the camp out of range banner displayed incorrectly, where the players could receive invites to companies that no longer exist, where tooltip text would occasionally exceed margins of the text box, and also fixed an issue where compass icons for Baroness Hane and Corrupted Portal would not appear during Outpost Rush. Usability. Fix an issue in the storage shed where players could accidentally open reward containers when holding down the shift key and rapidly left-clicking to store reward containers. Fix an issue in the storage shed where an item could move into the inventory when the player attempts to salvage, yes, a locked item. Adding a message saying, unlock this item to allow it to be salvaged when the player attempts to salvage a locked item. Fix an issue where players in the expedition or outpost rush could not see help chat messages from players in the open world. Fix an issue where the social UI where players displayed incorrectly when expanding and collapsing the muted section. Fix issue where the fishing UI would disappear after visiting the options screen, and the preview window for loot bags should now always have proper quantities. Audio. Fix an issue where a settlement's music tracks will not always update after the fast travel. Fix an issue where firecrackers did not play sound effects. Fix an issue where completing a camp did not play sound effects. Fix an issue where Spriggan and Siren event music did not turn off after defeating the boss. Added sound effects to play when new members join a company. And oh, that's cool. I like that. Updated the sound effects of various housing items to be quieter. So PTR notes. The following notes were added or changed as a direct result of internal testing efforts and players submitting feedback in the PTR. Thanks to all who participated. AGS, you are welcome. And yeah, guys, we really got to get more people on the PTRs. How can they fix this stuff if we don't have enough people on there actually testing it out and breaking shit, you know? So I'm trying to talk to my company to get in the PTR more often and do our part. But you can bet your ass, Amazon, I will be in there testing all kinds of stuff. As you well know, you know, that's what I do. Combat. Inventory. Oh, and for PTR, I think you should give players that actually do the PTR recognition. These are people that actually care about the game. These are people that still play the game. And these are people that want to help Amazon make the game better by playing on the PTR, wasting their time when they could be progressing in the real servers. Okay. We're taking our time to, you know, to do the PTR, which has no effect on us in the real game. So we're just losing out while everybody's gaining. But that's a big thing. That's a big thing that we're doing for your guys' game. So I know you guys appreciate it, obviously, but I think we should get something special for participating. You know, give us some incentive. So combat. Inventory while moving. In this update, we're making a highly requested quality of life improvement. You can now move while using your inventory. And let me tell you, this is awesome. I've used it before and it's just great. It's amazing. You could swap weapons, you could change your gear, you could do whatever you want in your inventory while you're running. Whether you're using directional inputs or auto run, opening your inventory will no longer stop you in your tracks. Feel free to examine your loot or swap your gear while running to your next point of interest. But just be careful while you're on the move, though, because you won't be allowed to change equipment if you're in combat, which brings us to our next feature, which I don't like, but that's okay. In combat system. So the new in combat system tracks when the player is actively engaged in any type of combat and restricts some actions accordingly. So when you enter combat, your health, mana, and stamina bars will become visible, and a cross swords icon will appear to the right of the health bar. While you're in this state, the player will not be able to change abilities or equipment. This replaces the previous functionality that prevented abilities and equipment from being changed while abilities were on cooldown. There are also a few new benefits to being out of combat. So you're going to get some out of combat healing. So now when you're out of combat, you're now going to receive a passive health and mana regen. This bonus regen is intended to shorten the time needed to recover between combat encounters and has the following benefits. So you're going to get 40 HP per second, HPS. You're going to get your mana regen is going to be increased by 100%. And your food buff healing effectiveness is going to increase by 150%. So this bonus applies only to the longer duration healing buff and not to the shorter duration buff that ends early if damage is taken. So general combat updates and fixes. Remember, this is for the PTR. Fix an issue that could cause a player to unintentionally move significantly slower than expected. Fix an issue causing a player's animation to break if they became encumbered while using weight reduction perks. Fire staff, refreshing pillar of fire perk. So they fix, oh, this is a big one. Fix an issue that causes perk to grant cooldown reduction when dealing damage with dot effects. So we're not going to get that cooldown reduction anymore from the burning, I guess. Hatchet, so berserking purge. Fix an issue where this upgrade would not correctly purge stun debuffs. Ice gauntlet and tomb. Fix an issue that prevented the ice tomb from taking damage from chain elemental perk effects. So your ice block's going to be coming down a little bit easier now. Void gauntlet, petrifying scream. Reduce the duration of the root from 2 seconds to 1 second. A lot of people are going to like that. And Divine Embrace, fix the visual misalignment between casting timer and animation effects for the life staff. Outpost Rush, you can now sign up for Outpost Rush from anywhere. You just press Escape, enter the main menu, then select Modes tab, which is great. Allowed the UI to show more than 2 rewards at once. Joining, wait, what? Allowed the UI to show more than 2 rewards at once. I'm trying to think of where that is. I don't know. Joining an outpost, let me know in the comments, guys, what that even means. Joining an outpost rush match after Baroness Hane has spawned will no longer display a broken timer on the HUD. Elite point of interest, S. Added a low chance drop rate of arena tuning ores from elite enemy AI's Malevolence, Forecastle Drift, Spires of Malpamine, and Eternal Pools. War. Letters will appear on the gate markers and HUD during war and invasion to help players better identify each gate. So that's going to help. Invasions. The current invasions wave is now displayed on the HUD. For quests, daily faction mission token rewards have been increased by 5 times. Wow. Daily faction mission token rewards. What are the daily faction mission token rewards? Is that the 3 bonuses you get? You know, the first 3 quests of the day? If so, that's awesome. That's awesome. So that'll give people a reason to log in more, get those done. That's really cool. Hopefully it's the gold and everything too. Tokens, gold, everything. Lower the difficulty of corrupted chap plane encounter, and killing withered beetles and reed gill fishery now properly gives quest credit. Thank goodness for that. Crafting. So the balance of time name sword crafting recipe has been rebalanced to cost less and be in line with other tier 3 items. Blight seeds are now epic instead of being legendary quality. Thank you. We were just talking about that last night. I'm like, man, we're doing Mangled Heights. We're doing Mangled Heights, and I'm like, we're just talking about changes. I'm like, man, I wish they would get rid of that damn legendary, tease and make them not orange so that we don't think we're getting a legendary item every time. And somebody's like, oh, I thought I heard somewhere that that's going to be coming up in the PTR or something. I'm like, oh, wow, really? They're like, yeah. Wait, Slender, it was your video that I saw that on. What the hell's wrong with you? So I don't even know anymore. My brain's just going crazy. Quick salvaging a known recipe will now notify you that you already know the recipe, so that's good. And Alcahest now properly gains bonus items when crafted. So good stuff. Expeditions. Resolved an issue that was preventing some players from obtaining the second lore letter in the Garden of Genesis expedition. Updated Tempest's Heart exit gate to have sound effects. Fix an issue where using the Book of Isabella interactable locks the players in place. Fix an issue where Dynasty Expedition was rewarding less gold than other mutated expeditions. Fix an issue where expedition quest markers move off the map when players arrive at the destination. And Isabella Final Fight and Neshatan, dyslexia. Fix a variety of buffs in the expedition due to PTR player feedback and internal testing. Made a variety of balance adjustments to the Isabella and Neshatun encounters as a result of PTR player feedback and internal testing. Isabella's expedition loot. So the Tempest's Heart expedition drops powerful new items. Okay, we're going to remember you said this. Tempest's Heart expedition drops powerful new items. Now, when we say new items, we better be talking new looks, new models, new colors, everything. No reused assets. Come on, guys. Let's get some new stuff, some real new stuff that we're needing so badly. Here are just a few highlights of the great loot players can earn. Isabella's Rapier. Her cruel weapon doles out vicious damage with its keen blade and punishes enemies who dare to swing and miss. That sounds great. Blackguard's Fire Staff. This keenly empowered staff inflicts plagued fire damage upon its victims. Yes. Raider's Armor. Yes. This medium weight armor packs on high strength bonuses and refreshing enhancements. Surgeon's Ring. Wield void powers and add critical hit chance using any weapon when this ring is equipped. So we're going to be doing void damage. This is going to be good for Void Gauntlet users. Pretty sweet. Blackguard's Void Gauntlet. Heightened odds of critical hits augmented with Plague makes this Void Gauntlet worthy of the Blackguard. So it's going to have Vicious, all that stuff. That's going to be awesome. In-game store. Character transfer panel now displays number of free character transfers owned. General fixes. Fixed a rare server crash that sometimes occurred when picking up items off the ground. Fixed an issue where storage chests did not acquire updated weight capacity until they are moved. Fix an issue where a player's first respawn attempt at a shrine would fail. That drives me crazy. Thank you for fixing that. Fix an issue that could cause a game crash when the trading post is disabled. Fix an issue causing players to sometimes fail to equip ammo and arrows when at the time limit or item limit. Fix an issue where items sometimes dropped with an incorrect gear score above 600. Fix an issue causing unpinned quests to repin a map after logging in. Fix an issue where players could sign up for a war that was not declared while dead in a territory that is in conflict. Fix issues caused by players exceeding 500 unique items in their inventory. And social, players can now sign up for Invasion's War from the map by default. Fix an issue that allowed blocked players to continue to communicate with the player that blocked them through text or voice chat. UX, that would suck. You know, you talk crap to somebody and then block them really quick so that all they see is your shit talking and they can't talk back. They can, and that would suck. I've never done that. I just, I heard about the stuff through friends that do stupid, immature, childish things like that, but not me, not Slendy. Updated the rested XP visuals so that they are now more apparent when the bonus is affected. Updated the select skin menu to sort by the player's own skins first. Fixed multiple issues in the UI associated with overlapping text from multiple languages. Fixed an issue in the HUD causing the player's health bar to sometimes remain invisible until forced to appear. Fixed an issue in the HUD causing the player to sometimes see an incorrect amount of experience earned. Fixed an issue allowing dead players could sign up for a war that was not declared in territory that is in conflict. Fix an issue where paying taxes while dead could prevent players from using the UI elements. Fix an issue in the social menu causing friends' online statuses to not update until after scrolling. Fix an issue in the social menu causing the description for the Twitch subscriber army to be unclear. And finally, fix an issue in the feedback menu causing text not to display correctly. Thank you for your support. We'll see you in a tournament. Holy mackerel, this is a lot of stuff. So sorry for putting you through all that torture. I'm going to have my man Jack, he's my editor, go in and add timestamps for all this stuff. Jack, if you're listening, add timestamps to all this stuff, please. Because you know me, I'm just too lazy for that. And I got so much stuff to do. So just a little bit, I'm doing much better. Thank you, all you guys, for your positive comments. Really helps a lot. I'm not just saying that. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, life can suck sometimes and it can really get you down, but life can also be really rewarding. And, there's a lot of good things to look forward to still, even if, the girl that you love just isn't quite ready for you yet. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section in the YouTube platform. And I will catch you guys in the next video. All right. Going to be doing, I'm going to try to work on some build videos, maybe some counters, what counters this, what counters that. And I really want to start getting more into New World, less into, some other stuff, but really want to start focusing on New World because I haven't given up on this game. I really hope that we pull through and get some people back. And if you guys watching this video are one of the guys or girls that quit playing and are waiting to come back, give it a shot. There's still some broken stuff. There's probably always going to be some broken stuff, but the game is getting so much better. It's getting so much better every day or every update. Yes, there's problems, but it's really exciting stuff. Give it a chance, give it a shot, and we'll see you in a tournament. Take it easy, everybody.